Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown episode 1076 and 205 Live episode 173 broadcasts on April 3rd, 2020, the night before the two nights of WrestleMania 36. I'm going to go real quick through everything that happened in these episodes because I want to talk about my predictions and hopes for this WrestleMania weekend. And it starts in just an hour and a half from when I started recording this. So, likely anybody who listens to this, probably listening to this after the first night of WrestleMania has already been broadcast. But anyway, I do want to talk about it, just to talk about everything and get it out there. So, first up, these two episodes, we had, an episode of Miz TV that starts off the show, but it's the introduction is interrupted quickly by the Usos, who come out, and then the New Day come out and interrupt them. People at home. That was great. They argue with each other, and then Miz and Morrison come out, and they're like, "This is our show. What are you doing out here?" And they cut promos from the ladders there at the top of the stage, and they end up all brawling. But I think Miz and Morrison ended up standing tall at the end of all of that. But yeah, it was a pretty fun segment to open the night. Then we had a triple threat match to precede the fatal five-way between all the women competing for Bayley's SmackDown Championship. But we had Bayley and Sasha on commentary, which was hilarious. My favorite moment from that was they were talking about them being best friends, and Michael Cole asked the question, how would peanut butter and jelly taste by themselves? And Sasha, just without even thinking about it, she says, "Oh, probably delicious," which everybody has tried either of those things by themselves. It's not like it's some crazy weird situation that nobody has ever had those by themselves. But anyway, Bayley's reaction to that, she was like, What? What are you talking about? The seeds further percolating. That's not what seeds do. The seeds sprouting a little bit more doubt between Sasha and Bayley. Sasha's got to win that match. I'll talk about that more later. But anyway, this match, there was some interference by Sasha and Bayley, distractions and so forth, and Tamina got the win by pinning Naomi. And so they tried to congratulate her, or Bayley congratulates her, goes for a handshake. They shake hands, but then she gets a super kick right in the face. And then Sasha's like, "No, what are you doing? Are we good? Are we okay?" She tries for a fist bump, and she gets hit by a Samoan drop. So maybe Tamina wins everything. I don't know. Literally anything could happen, and I just be like, okay, that's what happened. It's fine, whatever. Then we had a replay of WrestleMania 24, Ric Flair versus the Heartbreak Kids, Shawn Michaels. This is Ric Flair's farewell match. I mean, it wasn't the last time he wrestled, but that's what the build up to it was. This is the first time that I had seen this match. It was great. So much emotion and all of that, and it was cool to see his family there at ringside. And Charlotte was there for that, so that was all very cool. This is like way before I think she even thought. Well, she probably had thought about it, like all growing up, like, oh, wrestling maybe, huh? But let's see what I got. I'm waiting for a text back from about some chinchillas. There's some bad news and some good news about a chinchilla listing on Craigslist, and hopefully that good news continues to be good news. The bad news is that the chinchilla that was listed, they found a home for her. I mean, it's great news for the chinchilla, but I was hoping that home would be with me. But there's also two more chinchillas up for grabs there. So and they're babies, I guess. So that's kind of exciting. We'll see if that works out. In the next episode, by the time I record the next episode, hopefully I will know. I might miss some of tonight's WrestleMania, so I could go get them maybe. But anyway, Actually, while I'm recording this, I might even find out. We get back from that replay from WrestleMania 24. Otis disappears when he receives a text from somebody. We assume that it's from Mandy, but it might have been from the mysterious hacker who finally appears, but not with their identity shown. They're in their faces in darkness and all that. So we still don't know. We know it's got to be Mustafa Ali, but Tucker versus Dolph Ziggler. Tucker wins via disqualification when Dolph brutalizes him on the steps or whatever. Mandy and Sonya come out and they're like, "No, stop this! What are you doing? You're being a monster." And then Otis runs out, checks on him, but then the truth will be heard. All the glitches show up, everything, and then we're shown footage of Mandy and Sonya in their locker room, which is creepy that there's footage of that. But after Mandy leaves the room, Sonya grabs her phone and sends that fateful text to Otis saying that she was running late. Let's meet later. And it was all part of a plan, because then we see footage of her meeting with Dolph Ziggler. It's like, we can both get what we want. So I don't know what Sonya... Well, obviously Dolph Ziggler wants to be with Mandy. Sonya wants Mandy to not be with Otis, I guess. I don't know what her exact motivation is, but Mandy is devastated. She leaves. Sonya tries to plead with her, just keeps going after her. Then on Twitter it's like, "Oh, please answer my text. Why don't you answer me?" All that kind of stuff. So we'll see more. I'm excited to see what happens next with all of that. I mean, this has been playing out for so long, since well before Valentine's Day, and then that save at the Royal Rumble and everything. This story has been great. Then we have an unexpected... I didn't know this match was happening. Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Daniel Bryan won via disqualification because Cesaro got involved, and then there's all big old brawl there. I'm really excited for Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn. We haven't seen a one-on-one Sami Zayn match in a long, long time, and now it's going to be against Daniel Bryan. It's going to be amazing. But also, just announced today, we're going to have Drew Gulak versus Cesaro on one of the kickoff shows. Also, we're going to have Liv Morgan versus Natalya. So I assume we're going to have one or the other tonight, and then whatever one isn't tonight will be tomorrow night, since they're both designated as kickoff matches here on the Wikipedia page. But anyway, this match had some great stuff. It was pretty short, but I don't think this is the last time we see Daniel Bryan versus Nakamura at all. I think Daniel Bryan, he's got to win the Intercontinental Champion off of Sami Zayn, and then that opens him up to defend it against all three of those guys, and then maybe eventually also have to end up defending against Drew Gulak. Maybe, I don't know, but also Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. I'm sad that Sheamus isn't getting a WrestleMania match here, that he's not completing his ultimate Grand Slam at WrestleMania, but he could complete it at SummerSlam perhaps, or at Survivor Series later this year. And now I want to see Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, because that would be a really interesting match. But anyway, what did I write there? Oh, Nakamura with Artist Collective. I just wrote with AC. It's like, with AC, they were plugged into the outlets? No, Artist Collective. And Daniel Bryan had Drew Gulak at his side for this match. And then we ended this episode of SmackDown with Cena, John Cena, that is, if you're confused. Talking about, what he says, what's really going to happen at WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, all that. And then he says he doesn't even know what a Firefly Funhouse match is, but I guess he accepts it. He says, "I will not panic, I will not be afraid, and I will squash Bray Wyatt and finish the job that I started 6 years ago," all that kind of stuff. So, but then the puppets appear. You have the rabbit pops up in the stands, and then Abby pops up, and then the crow, the buzzard, what's his name? I forget all their Rambling Rabbit. It's not Randy the Rambling Rabbit. It's just Rambling Rabbit. And then the Fiend is on that perch above the ring, and we get this cut to this last like minute or so of this episode was so awesome. Because then we cut back to John Cena, and Bray is right there, the Funhouse Bray. He just says, "Let me in." Cut to black. So cool. That was awesome, and I'm really, really excited for this match. If it's filled with stuff like that, which I'm certain it's going to be, that's going to be so awesome. And I hope that's tonight. That match is tonight, so I can see it sooner. But if we have to wait until tomorrow night, I'm okay with that too. It was also announced, like I said, it was no, I didn't say on this episode. I missed it when it happened during the broadcast, but they announced that it'll be Braun Strowman versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship. And they didn't even mention Roman Reigns during that. But I hope that they have some type of story unfold around that more than just that announcement. A lot of people were really upset that it was just an announcement. I hadn't seen the thing that Triple H had said about it's going to be very unique how this plays out. Because it isn't so far. I guess it is unique in like a bad way, but hopefully it becomes unique in an interesting and entertaining way. Perhaps some type of, it could be a heel turn from Strowman if he attacked. It turns out he attacked Roman Reigns backstage to take him out of action or something like that. But we'll see what happens. And then also it was announced that it will now be. It won't be a triple threat for the tag title. I don't think it's for the tag titles. Let's see. Where is it on this list? Where is that triple threat? Where is that triple threat? Oh, it is for the tag team championship, I guess, still. But it's not a tag team match. It's a ladder match between John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and Jimmy Uso. So we'll see if we have a story reason for that unfold on the show. But from what I understand, the real life reason for it is that The Miz got sick. And so he couldn't continue to work on the day that this would have been filmed. That it was filmed, but without The Miz. And Big E, and without Jey Uso. But yeah, that's gonna be really cool. It was gonna be awesome as a tag team match, because with ladder matches you don't have to tag in and all that. That's the thing. I don't like the multi-team tag team matches that are just standard tag team matches, because only two of the teams can have active people in the match at a time. Like the 4-way tag title match for the women's championship last year. It's like there's ways. That's basically, they took advantage of it. That's how the Iconics were able to win it, because of those rules. But it kind of like it makes it too easy to control who is able to win the championship by the people who are in the ring, in my opinion. And it's more exciting when all of the teams are active. Like any one of them can win the match. But also, I don't like the multi-team or the multiple person matches anyway, because the champion could not be involved in the decision. I really like when those multi-person, multi-team ones are elimination matches, like the Elimination Chamber, when it's not Shayna Baszler just defeating everybody, or like what else am I thinking of? Well, Elimination Chamber is the one that's always elimination style. So, but yeah, the tag team elimination chamber match was so amazing, and it's so exciting because it doesn't just end with one pinfall. Everybody else still has to keep going. So you will again. Then it's like definitive champion at that point, basically. Although Miz and Morrison, I think they were the last ones to enter, so it was like they had a big advantage there. There's already some tag teams eliminated. I think maybe it was only Lucha House Party that was eliminated at that point. But anyway, let's talk about all these matches. Just going down the order in the order that they have it on Wikipedia as of this afternoon of April 4th. Drew Gulak versus Cesaro. That's going to be fantastic. I think. I'm torn on that one. I mean, I want Cesaro is one of my favorites, but Drew Gulak is also awesome. Man, that's a tough one. You know what? I don't care who wins that. It's just gonna be a great match. Liv Morgan versus Natalya. I'm rooting for Liv. I think she's got to get some more momentum going in there. Go after whoever is the champion coming out of this weekend. Yeah, it was great. I jokingly posted that there's going to be a triple threat between Liv, Sarah, and Ruby. That would have been pretty amazing. But I mean, I'll take 1/3 of the Riot Squad being on the show. That's better than nothing. That also means there are 5 women's matches across the 2 nights. That's pretty cool, right? I think that's pretty cool. And we have Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's Championship. I think Rhea's going to win, but I could see Charlotte winning and kind of having a reign of terror over on NXT for a little while. Brock Lesnar, the WWE champion versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, 100%. Drew McIntyre is going to win. He's got to win. I would bet a whole $1 that Drew McIntyre is going to win. But only to one person. I'm not going to bet $1 to every single person that listens to this, which is probably less people than just like one person. But then we have Goldberg defending the Universal Championship versus Braun Strowman. I don't know what to. I don't expect anything from this match at all. Hopefully, it's entertaining in some way. I have no expectation of who's going to win this championship. I think it could be Braun Strowman wins, and that's it. And then we get set up for Roman versus Braun down the road, maybe. But Goldberg, I could also see Goldberg winning, hanging on to that championship even longer. I have no idea. Then we have Becky Lynch defending the Raw Women's title against Shayna Baszler. I don't know about this one either. Man. I don't know. Shayna got the upper hand the last time we saw the two of them. So it really could go either way. I don't know, but hopefully it's an entertaining match. I have not been a fan in general of Shayna Baszler's matches. I like her. I like her character. I just think that the way the finishes of the matches happens, I'm just not into those at all. Although a replay of a match that she had, somebody posted a clip of the finish to Nikki Cross that Nikki Cross like accepted her fate or whatever, and I was like smiling as she was like put to sleep. Like that was a really cool finish. So if it's a cool finish like that, I am on board. But if it's more of just, if it's like 5 minutes of that of that submission holds, and then Becky Lynch finally loses at the end of that, then I'm not. I won't. I don't think I'll enjoy that. But if Shayna Baszler wins and it's like really exciting, like a really interesting way that it happens, then I am into that. She might bite her in the neck again. Then we have John Cena versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt in a Firefly Funhouse match. I already talked about this a little bit. I think it's gonna be amazing. It has potential to be the coolest thing on this entire show. Then we have the Fatal 5-Way Elimination match. So I love that about this, that it's an elimination match. That is great. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Make an elimination match. Somebody can't just steal the win by getting lucky. They have to actually fight, keep in the fight the entire time. it's very unlikely that somebody can just hang back and then sneak in there and just get the win. I mean, it's still possible, but we still get a lot more excitement before that happens. Potentially. I think Sasha Banks is going to win it, but I can also, like, any one of them winning it is, I think, is plausible for sure. But I hope that it comes down to Bayley versus Sasha there at the end, and then Sasha wins, and then we get one-on-one rematch later down the road. That's just like an epic battle between the two. That gets like a ton of time at that point. Then we have The Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Who knows? Undertaker is talking about having the Unholy Trinity with him. Is he included in that Unholy Trinity? I think so, because he's saying he hopes that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows are there with AJ Styles. So I think we could see lots of involvement from other people. Maybe Kane, maybe Michelle McCool are up in Undertaker's corner of the Boneyard. The OC all involved in there. It would be kind of cool if they all are in their gas masks the entire time. I think that would keep everybody a little bit safer. But yeah, I think that match has potential to be really awesome too. Then we have Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins in a singles match. Kevin Owens wins. Why not? Have him win. I'm not really invested in either of them coming out on top in this match. I just know it's going to be really good. John Morrison versus Kofi Kingston versus Jimmy Uso. I'm pulling for Kofi Kingston. New Day. How unique of a situation is this, that they're fighting for a tag team championship as individuals? To have another amazing Kofi Kingston win and it's a win for the. How crazy is that? If Kofi Kingston wins, he's winning a tag team title for two other people. There are three people that will share that championship reign in name, even though it was won by just an individual. I think that's pretty cool. That could be pretty cool. So that's what I'm hoping to happen. Then we have the Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza. I think the Street Profits keep the championships. It doesn't seem very likely to me that this brand new team of Austin and Angel is going to go in there and win the championship. Like right after their second time as a team ever. I don't think that's going to happen. But it would be interesting if it did. They have Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. Aleister Black's just gonna kick him right in the face. Game over, like within like a minute. I think he's just gonna kick him right in the face with the black mass, and boom, Aleister Black comes out on top. Elias versus King Corbin. Elias was recently murdered by King Corbin, Lion King style. So I think King Corbin wins this match. So Elias is at a huge disadvantage with a broken back. But Montez Ford also has a broken back. So I think if there is plausibility for Austin Theory and Angel Garza to win, I think it will be because of that big bump he took to the ramp. Oh my God. That was nuts. Then we have Edge versus Randy Orton. This is going to be epic. Last man standing match. Oh, Beth Phoenix gets involved, just beats the crap out of Randy Orton at some point, and I hope nobody else gets involved to be on Randy Orton's side. I don't think anybody is on Randy Orton's side here, unless we get a last hurrah or a new beginning for FTRKO. That would be very unexpected to a lot of people, because it sounds like they are absolutely on the way out. But it's WrestleMania season. Mix it up. They've been split apart. Randy Orton on Raw, the Revival over on SmackDown. They've been kept apart since their epic beginnings as FTRKO. This could be the opportunity for them to come back together and lead into the next era of the show as the supreme force on Raw. We'll see. That's what I kind of hope happens. But mostly I want to see I want to see. We saw Edge hit an RKO. I want to see Beth Phoenix hit an RKO on Randy Orton. That would be great. Then we have Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan, singles match for the Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan's got to win. He's got to win. But this is going to be great. This is going to be so great. Like, so many of these matches, I think, have the potential to be my favorite match of the weekend. It's probably just going to be whatever is my favorite, my favorite match that happens the latest in the two shows. All right, almost to the end here. Two more matches. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, the women's tag team champions, defend against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I think Alexa and Nikki will become the first two-time tag team champions, and it'll probably be because Asuka can't use her green mist anymore. So I think Alexa and Nikki will grab those championships back. Well, we'll see. Who knows? I am excited for that match. I think it's going to be very good. It's definitely going to be entertaining. If nothing else, it might not be like a masterclass in technical wrestling or anything like that, but there's still going to be some great wrestling in there. Like, all four of them are really good at a lot of stuff. So I think it is going to be a good match, but more so, I think it's going to be a very entertaining match. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff happening in there. There's somebody, I don't know if you can hear that in recording, there's somebody driving by with a really loud motorcycle. And then we have Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. This is not the order that it's going to happen. It's just the order that it is on Wikipedia. Otis versus Dolph Ziggler with Mandy Rose, presumably at ringside. I don't know if she'll be. I think maybe Mandy Rose will help Otis win in some way. Or maybe Sonya will like get involved and they'll end up fighting each other during this match. And maybe it turns into that match. I don't know. But I'm interested to see the story progress here around this match that's happening. So that's it. I'm really excited. I'm going to do an episode for each night after it happens. And so stay tuned for that. And that's really all I have to say about it right now. I'm excited. I am really bummed out that it's happening in the way it is, that none of us can be there to see any of these matches in person, that the WrestleMania Access didn't happen, that all the indie shows didn't happen. Already I would have seen like probably 20 hours of wrestling so far. There's not that many, but a lot of wrestling so far this week. But now it's just all on TV, and a lot of it and it's just the WWE stuff. So I've been to Bloodsport. I've gone to Kaiju Big Battle last night after SmackDown. We've been at Initiate and whatever, and Accelerate or whatever those are called. There are two other shows that was part of the Collective, I think, or whatever. But and what else would I have seen already? And I would have already been to like 3 Access sessions. And then a couple of more tomorrow morning and Monday morning. So it's a bummer to not be doing all of those really, really fun things in the city of WrestleMania. But I am really glad that we still have these new shows to watch, and that are going to be like really a lot of these I'm really excited about. So, yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think about all these. What you think is going to happen here. Oh, I didn't talk about 205 Live. Oh, my God. Real quick, Kushida versus Danny Burch. Kushida won via his armbar. And I thought that Danny Burch was going to get abducted by the same guys who abducted Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde. But as far as we know, it might have been just a web exclusive thing. Danny Burch has not been kidnapped at this point because they've all been Kushida's opponents who lost to Kushida. I think there's a connection there. And then we also had Tyler Breeze versus Jack Gallagher. Check this match out. Gallagher is great. Tyler Breeze is great, but Jack Gallagher got the win there. He had the most ridiculous clothing for this match, though. He had like a cloak with fur on it. I made the joke online, that it looked like he had visited Joanne Fabrics the night before, picked up just whatever was on clearance, and then sewn it all together into whatever he was wearing this show. But anyway, so let me know what you thought about these two episodes. It is a great match. Check it out. Let me know what you thought about these two episodes, and what you think will happen at WrestleMania, by what you hope will happen at WrestleMania, by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe in iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe, healthy, and happy out there in all the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.